In the world of professional basketball, few names elicit such passionate discourse as Kawhi Leonard, a player whose greatness on hardwood is rivaled only by the frustration his inconsistency in availability evokes. This tension, this duality, was once again thrown into sharp relief following a recent playoff performance that reminded fans and pundits alike of why Leonard is so revered and why his absence has been a source of such lingering disappointment. James Harden, now a teammate of Leonard's, offered a candid, emotionally charged defense of the two-time Finals MVP, voicing the sentiments of those closest to him. "It's always negative," Harden lamented. "It's always about what he can't do or what he hasn't been able to control. But when he's out there doing what he does best, nobody talks about that." Harden's frustration is palpable and justified. As someone who sees Leonard's relentless work ethic daily, he's grown weary of the narrative that fixates solely on injury reports and medical updates, rather than the surgical brilliance of Leonard's actual gameplay. Marcus Morris, another former teammate, echoed the sentiment. "I'm not surprised," he declared. "Every time we were in the playoffs and Kawhi was healthy, he was magical. He's that guy." Morris's first-hand experience with Leonard only deepens the conviction behind his words. In his eyes, Leonard's performances aren't just excellent, they're transcendent, and history backs that up. Leonard has carved out a legacy that few can contest. He delivered a defensive masterclass and captured a Finals MVP at just 22 years old with the San Antonio Spurs, disrupting LeBron James and helping deliver a title in dominant fashion. Years later, he orchestrated a miraculous championship run with the Toronto Raptors, elevating an entire franchise and city with performances that will live forever in NBA lore. These feats place him in a rarefied era of players who have achieved the game's highest honors in multiple organizations, and they earned him a rightful spot among the NBA's 75 greatest players of all time. And yet, despite these credentials, Leonard remains a polarizing figure, not because of his talent, but because of his persistent unavailability. As Stephen A. Smith forcefully pointed out, Leonard entered these playoffs having missed 15 of the Clippers' last 19 postseason games. It is not Leonard's ability that is in question, but rather the constancy of his presence. "No one ever doubted how great Kawhi Leonard is," Smith stated. "We doubt whether we'll see him. That's what frustrates people." This disconnect between his ability and his availability is what fuels the debate. It's not hate, it's hunger. A hunger to witness greatness consistently. When Leonard plays, he is a generational force. In Game 1, he put up 15 field goal attempts. In Game 2, he had all 15. He was nearly flawless, and watching him move up and down the court, fans and analysts alike couldn't help but salivate at the potential of what could be if only he were consistently healthy. That hunger, however, turns into a complicated emotional calculus. How does one heap praise on a player who too often watches from the sidelines in street clothes? Kendrick Perkins distilled the sentiment into a brutally honest metaphor. He's a good worker when he shows up. That sting isn't personal. It's about accountability. The same accountability stars like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and Kevin Durant are subjected to. When they fall short in the playoffs, the headlines are swift and merciless. But Kawhi, in some eyes, has eluded similar criticism due to the injuries that have marred his journey. As one analyst put it, "Are we sure we give him the proper criticism a superstar deserves when they don't advance?" That's the rub. Leonard is so good, so damn good, that when he plays like he did last night, it feels like the league is whole again. His mid-range jumper was in full effect, reminiscent of Michael Jordan. As one commentator noted, he was efficient, cold-blooded, dominant. It was a Kawhi that fans crave, the one who changes playoff destinies. But the celebration is always tempered by the gnawing question, will he be their next game? Even the rarest of moments, a post-game interview, became a moment of celebration. "Do you know what I was most proud of?" One commentator admitted that he actually did an interview, that he spoke on camera. In that, we see the full complexity of Leonard's public persona. He is enigmatic, intensely private, fiercely competitive, and almost mythically efficient. But in a media-driven world where availability and narrative are everything, his silence and absences become part of the story. Marcus Morris concluded it best. "I saw him every day. First one in the gym, took his job seriously. Injuries just happened. It's unfortunate they happened to someone that special. Leonard isn't just a superstar. He's a superstar whose greatness is both undeniable and too often unreachable. And that, perhaps more than anything else, is what makes his story so compelling. Because when he's on the court, there's no debate. Kawhi Leonard is greatness personified. But the NBA and its fans don't just want greatness. They want to witness it. They want to live it. And they want to count on it. That's the burden and beauty of being Kawhi Leonard.